尊敬的山东省文化旅游厅王磊厅长 Distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of the 7th Crossing the Pacific China Art Festival Shandong Cultural and Tourism Week, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations on the opening of the art festival and express my deep association to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism of China and the Shandong Provincial People's Government for the enormous amount of work that has made the art festival possible. Initiated in 2014, thanks to the joint efforts of the cultural groups and organizations both in China and the United States, the Crossing the Pacific China Art Festival has been successfully held 6 times in the United States. Transcending the geographical and cultural differences between China and the United States, this art festival has served as a platform of cultural exchanges between our two countries and played a dual role in forging a strong bond of friendship between our two peoples. This year, the 7th Crossing the Pacific China Art Festival will be focused on the beautiful Shandong province of China. As you know, Shandong, with a long history and profound cultural heritage, is the cradle of Chinese civilization and the birthplace of Confucianism. The wisdom and values of the Confucianism has flown beyond the borders and is being regarded as the most important part of the traditional Chinese culture and a great heritage of human civilization. Ladies and gentlemen, the friendship between countries lies in the affinity between the people. Cultural and people-to-people exchanges play a pivotal role in the development of China-US relations. 50 years ago, the little ping-pong ball opened the door of China-US exchanges, and handshake that crossed the vast Pacific Ocean opened a new chapter in the relations between our two countries. Over the past 4+ decades, China and the United States have made historic progress in advancing their bilateral relations despite ups and downs, delivering enormous benefits to our two countries and people, and contributing significantly to the world peace, stability, and prosperity. The history reminds that China and the United States stand to benefit from cooperation and lose from confrontation. The facts have proved that China's development has generated more opportunities for the United States. However, for the past few years, driven by misunderstanding and miscalculation of China and China's development, the American side has adopted the wrong China policy, which has plunged the relations between our two countries into its most difficult period since the establishment of diplomatic ties, undermining the interests of both countries and other countries. China and the United States are the biggest developing country and the biggest developed country respectively. Whether the two countries can handle their relations properly has a bearing on the future of our two countries and the world. China-US relationship is now at a very critical juncture. During their recent telephone conversation, President Xi Jinping and President Joe Biden agreed that the two countries should work together to bring China-US relations back to the right track of stable development as soon as possible and better benefit the people of our two countries and the rest of the world. People are the best vehicles of cultural exchange and mutual learning. Deepening people-to-people exchange and mutual learning is important for promoting mutual understanding and appreciation. In this connection, I think efforts should be stepped up to strengthen the cultural and people-to-people exchanges between our two countries, which will help promote the steady and sound development of our bilateral relationship. The Chinese side is ready to work with the United States to further China-US cultural dialogue and exchanges, enhance mutual understanding and trust, reduce misunderstanding and prejudice, and strengthen friendship between our two peoples. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is currently undergoing changes of a magnitude not seen in a century. In meeting our common challenges and creating a better future for all, we look to the culture and civilization to play their role. Civilizations only vary from each other, but no civilization is superior over others. We need to deepen understanding of the difference between one's own civilization and others, work to promote interaction, dialogue, and harmony among civilizations. I do believe that by strengthening our cultural and people-to-people exchanges, we can promote the cultural spirit of peace and cooperation, openness and inclusiveness, mutual learning and benefit, which will go beyond time and national boundaries and inject more positive energy and vigor into the China-US relations. Before concluding, I wish the 7th Crossing the Pacific China Art Festival Shandong Cultural and Tourism Week a great success. Thank you.
尊敬的王东华总领事、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家好！非常高兴与美国的新老朋友云端相聚，共同出席第7届跨越太平洋中国艺术节云端山东文旅周开幕式。首先，我谨代表山东省文化和旅游厅，向长期以来关心支持山东文化和旅游事业发展的各界人士致以崇高的敬意和美好的祝愿。山东是中国东部沿海经济大省、文化大省和旅游大省，经济总量居中国第3位，户籍人口、常住人口双过亿。山东被誉为孔孟之乡、礼仪之邦，历史文化厚重，旅游资源丰富。被列为世界10大文化名人之首的孔子，就诞生在山东曲阜。孔子创立的儒家学说，以及在此基础上发展起来的儒家思想，对中华文明乃至世界文明都有着深远的影响。孔府、孔庙、孔林、泰山、齐长城、大运河被列为世界遗产。泰山在中国被称为5岳之尊，位列中华10大名山之首。齐长城是世界上最古老的长城，比雅典壁垒早200多年。中华民族的母亲河黄河蜿蜒磅礴，从山东入海，形成蓝黄交汇的自然奇观。大运河穿境而过，是世界上开凿最早、规模最大的运河。3300多公里的海岸线，构成神奇的仙境海岸。蓬莱阁、金沙滩、大天鹅等，让人流连忘返。崂山、沂蒙山、昆嵛山、微山湖、东平湖、大明湖等，湖光山色，美不胜收。山东的美术、戏曲、民乐、杂技等也享有盛誉。近年来，山东省与美国文化旅游交流互动频繁，先后在美国成功举办了大载孔子讲座、舞剧红高粱演出、孔子家乡美丽山东大型民族音乐会等活动。2019年，派员赴美参加了中美旅游高层对话，开展旅游营销交流活动。山东省文化和旅游厅还积极构建海外旅游营销合作渠道，与美国旅游企业签署合作协议，围绕产品开发、媒体推广、旅游专家培育、营销中心运营等方面，开展全方位、深层次的合作，建立起了长期稳定的营销合作机制，交流合作不断拓展深化。 女士们、先生们、朋友们，中国有句古话，治和者不以山海为远。热情好客、朴实厚道的山东人民，真诚地欢迎和期待大家在疫情过后亲临山东，感受齐鲁大地的文化底蕴、自然风光、特色风俗、年节风情。让我们共同携手谱写中美文化旅游交流合作的新篇章。最后，祝第7届跨越太平洋中国艺术节云端山东文旅周各项活动圆满成功，祝各位朋友身体健康、精神愉快、事业兴旺。谢谢大家。
Hello, I'm Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak. First Lady Kathy Sisolak and I are pleased to welcome everyone to the annual Across the Pacific China Arts Festival. I'd like to thank the Chinese Consulate General in San Francisco for playing the vital role in organizing this festival. I would also like to thank the Asian American Group, notably Chairman Mike Vaswani, President Rita Vaswani, and Executive President Dennis Rucker for bringing this arts festival to Las Vegas, Nevada. The Across the Pacific China Arts Festival has been fostering arts and cultural exchange between China and the United States since its establishment in 2014. And this year, even as we enjoy this festival virtually, the China Arts Festival reminds us that our state and our country become richer and more colorful with cultural exchanges and mutual learning. Nevada's diversity is our strength. It has always been our strength. And now more than ever, with the rise of anti-Chinese hate and anti-Asian hate brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, platforms like the Across the Pacific China Arts Festival are significant so that Nevadans can gain an even deeper understanding on the importance of respect and tolerance for cultural traditions. To celebrate our differences and learn from each other is what this festival is all about. With that said, we invite everyone to join us in this cultural exchange through music, dance, film, and art, and experience the artistry and talent from across the Pacific. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Dina Titus, your representative for Nevada's 1st Congressional District in the heart of Las Vegas. I want to welcome everyone tuning in to the 7th Annual Across the Pacific China Arts Festival here in Las Vegas. Thank you to the Chinese Consulate of San Francisco for organizing this important cultural exchange. This annual festival is an opportunity to celebrate China's rich heritage. Since it began in 2014, it's helped promote people-to-people exchanges and has provided a platform for sharing Chinese culture, including food, music, dance, film, art exhibits, and concert performances. Sharing culture builds mutual understanding between communities, which in turn leads to dialogue. And there's no better place to hold an event focused on building relationships between the United States and China than Southern Nevada, the most diverse community and one of the most diverse states in the country. Hart County's Asian American and Pacific Islander population has grown some 40% over the last decade, and that growth has strengthened relationships between Southern Nevada and countries all across Asia. Some 3% of that population originated in China, with the first immigrants arriving in the 1850s. You can visit Las Vegas Chinatown Plaza, which hosts one of the top 10 Chinese New Year celebrations in the United States, according to the New York Times. Over 15% of the students here at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas identify as AAPI, among the highest of U.S. public universities. Our diversity is part of what makes Southern Nevada such a special place to live and to visit. While we're meeting online today, I believe it's important to get out and engage in person. One of the worst aspects of the pandemic has been the loss of opportunity for cultural and educational exchanges. These connections have played a critical role in building and maintaining ties between our two countries over the last 4 decades. I'm glad that this forum exists to create those opportunities, and I'm committed to working together to welcome back Chinese visitors as soon as it's safely possible. We must ensure that as we emerge from the pandemic, we continue to encourage conversations and foster relationships among the next generation so that our country's bond continues to remain strong, which will ultimately benefit the entire globe. So thank you again and enjoy this wonderful festival.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Susie Lee, and I represent Nevada's 3rd Congressional District, and I'm so excited to join you today for the 7th Crossing the Pacific China Arts Festival. This past year and a half has shown us just how important these events are to our community to bring us together and share in the celebration of art and culture. I want to thank the Chinese Consulate General in San Francisco, Wang Dunhua, for promoting China-U.S. culture and tourism. The trust and friendship between the Chinese and Americans is so important, and the Pacific China Art Festival is a fantastic way to demonstrate that. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful event, and please enjoy the festival.
Hi everyone, I'm California Assembly Member Evan Lowe, giving greetings for the 7th consecutive Cross-Pacific China Arts Festival. We are so delighted to see previous gatherings in the city of Campbell and our Silicon Valley region. It is so important that we continually support our arts community to celebrate the cross-cultural activities. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Ni hao and aloha. My name is Brian Clem, and I'm the state representative for the state of Oregon. Today I'm lucky to welcome you from the state of Hawaii, and it's particularly fitting for our 7th annual Cross the Pacific China Arts Festival that I'm in Hawaii, because this state is halfway between Oregon and China, right in the middle of the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So this year's festival is in Shandong province, and I've been lucky enough to visit Shandong in 2 cities. One is the capital city of Jinan. The second is the beautiful coastal city of Qingdao, famous for the pijiu, the beer. In my visits to Qingdao, I have many friends there. We ate a lot of good seafood and played golf and just had a wonderful friendship. And that's what I want to talk about today, is our friendship between our people. I'm particularly pleased that the Oregon China Council has joined this festival, because in my 29 visits to China, Arshizhou, all over China, I know that the heart of the Chinese people is good. I have so many good friends in China. I also know the heart of the American people is good. And it's through these programs, like today's 7th annual Cross the Pacific China Arts Festival, that our true emotional resonance and strength will get past any arguments, any cultural misunderstandings or biases. You know, in international relationships, there definitely can be some arguments. In any family, there is arguments. But we don't have to use the negative tone. And we do need to set the positive example for the young people of today of positive energy and peace and cooperation. So this arts festival is a wonderful chance for us to do that. Now, I need to lead by example, and I have a little secret. Actually, most people don't know that I am a little bit of an artist myself. I'm a singer. And here in America, that's a well-kept secret, but today I'm gonna share it with you. My true talent, singing. 我爱你中国，我爱你中国，其 sha sha, she sha sha, she sha sha, she sha sha. Welcome to the 7th annual Cross the Pacific China Arts Festival, and everybody enjoy. Bye-bye.
你好, hello there, it's the Mayor Rich Tran here in the city of Milpitas, California, United States. It's 2021, Across the Pacific Chinese Art Festival and Shandong Cultural Tourism Week. Congratulations!
大家好，我是赵燕，塞尔托嘎市市长。首先祝贺第7届跨越太平洋中国艺术节及山东文化旅游周圆满举办。大家都知道，艺术是没有国界的。通过艺术交流，能让更多的人对中国的文化历史有所了解，也更而促进中美两方的文化跟经济的交流，让更多的人了解中国的文化。那在这里呢，我也仅代表塞尔托嘎市祝贺这次活动圆满成功。
Hello. I'm King County Council Chair Claudia Balducci, and I want to send my appreciation to everyone involved in creating this wonderful Across the Pacific China Arts Festival. As Chair of the County Council and a representative of East King County, I am so grateful to the American Asian Performing Arts Theater for bringing this premier cultural festival for all in our community to enjoy. It is especially meaningful given the long history of the Chinese American community in our region, and the instrumental part this community has played in building King County into the vibrant place it is today. One of the many contributions of our Chinese American neighbors is in enriching and expanding local enjoyment of arts and culture. As the first professional Chinese performing arts organization established in Seattle, the American Asian Performing Arts Theater has been an integral part of promoting the unique and universal appeal of Chinese arts and culture for many years. Their efforts help enhance the relationship between the United States and China and provide educational opportunities in Chinese dance and music, all while bringing the beauty of these cultural performing arts to our community. The Across the Pacific China Arts Festival has been held for 7 years, bringing joy to audiences across the Western United States. This year, for everyone's health and safety, the festival is being held virtually. I hope that soon we'll be able to get back together to celebrate arts and culture like the Across the Pacific China Arts Festival in person. But until then, we are so fortunate to have the opportunity to share in this amazing online experience. I want to thank founder and artistic director Hengda Li for his vision and dedication. A special thanks also goes to all the performers for contributing their time and talent. Thank you again to the American Asian Performing Arts Theater, and I look forward to enjoying these performances together with you all.
Hi, I'm Executive Dow Constantine, and I want to thank everyone for participating in this year's AAPAT Across the Pacific China Arts Festival. The artists you'll see today help bridge cultures and continents and celebrate the unique contributions of Chinese music, art, and history. And while we aren't able to gather together this year, I'm looking forward to celebrating virtually with all of you. So thank you again to the American Asian Performing Arts Theater for everything you do to enhance the arts and culture of King County. And thank you to all of you for watching today.
I 是李瑞麟，美国 Bellevue 市前任市长，现任议员。I want to take this opportunity to congratulate 恒达老师 for organizing the 2021 Across the Pacific China Art Festival. Under 恒达老师 as the leading founder and artistic director of AAPAT, as an internationally recognized awards-winning performer, choreographer, and teacher, he has successfully produced more than 30 large-scale productions, including China in Dance, Rhythm of Dance, and Ode to Spring series, Butterfly Lovers Dance Drama, Dare, and The Dream of the Golden Clown Acrobatic Show, and From Seattle with Love, Sichuan Earthquake Fundraiser. His shows have received enthusiastic praises from audiences, media, and experts from arts communities. AAPTAT has made significant contributions toward Sino-US culture exchanges and enriching the Pacific Northwest community culture and art. Since September 2014, Across the Pacific China Arts Festival has been held in venues across San Francisco, Las Vegas, Portland, and Seattle. The festival plays an important role in promoting people-to-people exchanges through the performing arts between China and US, and enhancing the understanding and friendship between the two countries. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 7th Across the Pacific China Arts Festival has been postponed to October 25, 2021, and will be held virtually, reaching audiences across the Pacific. The Chinese will be celebrating this, and I want to congratulate Han Da Lao Si for promoting this with Shandong Province Department of Culture and Tourism. And congratulations again, Han Da Lao Si.
Ni hao, my name is Johnny Camus, former council member for the City of San Jose and the head of the Economic Development Committee for our city. We all want to welcome you to the Cross-Pacific Chinese Arts Festival that's being held virtually this year. I know that we here in San Jose love to celebrate the culture and the arts from all communities, and I used to do that every year, especially with our many Chinese American residents. We want to welcome you to this year's festival, and we wish you much success, and hopefully we get to see each other again in person next year. 谢谢.
Hello, I'm Jean Kellogg, Executive Director of the Merilla Opera Program in San Francisco, California. Merilla is honored to be a part of the Across Pacific China Virtual Arts Festival this year, and I'm delighted to share some information about Merilla with you. For 64 years, the Merilla Opera Program has been training young opera artists who have since appeared on opera stages worldwide. Merilla is widely regarded as the foremost program for aspiring opera singers, pianist coaches, and stage directors. Each year, over 800 young artists from around the world apply to the program, and less than 30 are chosen to participate in a summer of intensive training. Merilla has served as a proving ground for nearly 1,300 young opera artists since its inception in 1957. In just the past decade, Merilla has trained 30 young artists of Chinese descent, many of whom are rising stars in the operatic world. Some of these recent alums, who have been engaged at such places as the Metropolitan Opera, Lyric Opera Chicago, and San Francisco Opera, include Ao Li, Ji Wang, Ming Jie Lei, Pei-Shin Cheng, Zheng Chao, and stage director Mojo. This past summer, there were 3 young artists from China in the program, all of whom show great promise. We at Merilla understand the importance of art in enhancing the understanding of people and cultures, and are pleased to share our resources with our colleagues in China. Merilla is committed to finding the finest talent worldwide and preparing them for a successful future in opera, and China offers a wealth of operatic talent for us to discover. I hope you will enjoy these musical selections by our Merilla alumni, which are performed by tenors Jiang Qizhong and Zheng Yi Bai, mezzo-soprano Gabrielle Bitag, and pianists Brian Banowitz and Erica Guo. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael Greer and I'm the President and CEO of Arts Fund. Our mission is to support the arts through leadership, advocacy, and grant making in order to build a healthy, equitable, and creative Washington. We do this by strengthening the organizational health, inclusivity, and equity, and youth and family engagement of the organizations we support. Throughout the past 18 months, that support has been crucial to the survival of our sector. Last fiscal year, Arts Fund is proud to have distributed over $10 million in grants to over 700 organizations large and small, including the American Asian Performing Arts Theater. We believe that arts and culture infrastructure is supported by the hundreds of diverse organizations like American Asian Performing Arts Theater that introduce our communities to new and engaging works. Without all of our organizations, we would lack the access to experiences that make this community a great place to live. The arts are part of what have supported us through this pandemic, and we encourage everyone to support the arts as our communities begin to recover. Congratulations to American Asian Performing Arts Theater for all of their successes, and we look forward to their contributions for many years to come. Thank you very much.
Hello there. My name is Jeff Green, and I'm the chairman of the Sino-American Aviation Heritage Foundation. And I am both pleased and I am honored to be able to address the China Art Festival and the Shandong Culture Week. The members of my foundation, for the most part, are veterans of the Second World War who fought in China along with the Chinese people. And they are known throughout the world by the name given to them by the Chinese people, the Flying Tigers. And working together side by side and fighting together side by side, they helped save the world and they ended fascism. What they did, they created the shared American and Chinese legacy of the Flying Tigers and of American and Chinese cooperation during the Second World War. Now, sadly, relations between our two countries at this moment are probably at their lowest point in many decades. However, if we remember that shared legacy, we'll understand that people of goodwill from both countries can always get together, can always work through problems and solve difficult situations. And if we do this, there's nothing the two countries cannot do together to help one another and help the world. Now, I know Shandong. My father, as a young Marine, was stationed there at the very end of World War II as part of the Japanese surrender process. And when I was a young boy, my father would tell me many stories of his times in Shandong province, his times on the streets of Qingdao. And I was amazed at these stories, and they were wonderful stories. So one thing we plan on doing as a foundation in the future is bringing our veterans and our veterans' family members to Shandong. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you then.
and deep, in which life's ancient mystery sleep, where into sick dark past you go. Mein Maid drank, meine lose soul, mein Maid drank, meine lose soul.
难忘今宵。无论天涯与海角，
神州万里同怀抱。共祝愿祖国好，祖国好。
共祝愿祖国好，共祝愿祖国好，共祝愿祖国好。告别今宵，告别今宵，无论心有与不交。
明年春来再相邀，青山在，人未老，人未老。
青山在，人未老。青山在，人未老。共祝愿祖国好，共祝愿祖国好。祖国好。
Beijing